Hello guys, welcome to Biology Made Easy. My name is Miss Natasha and I'm going to take you through today's topic. Today we are going to look at animal nutrition. So basically we are going to look at the types of nutrients that are needed by the human body. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. Unlike plants, animals cannot make their own food. They need to eat in order to obtain the nutrients they require. So they get their food from other organisms, that is from other plants and animals. So the food an animal eats every day is called its diet. And most animals need several types of nutrients in their diet. And these are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, minerals, fiber, vitamins, and water. So a diet which contains all the nutrients in correct amounts and proportions is called a balanced diet. So by definition, a balanced diet is a diet which contains all the necessary nutrients in their correct amounts and proportions. Carbohydrates are part of the nutrients that are required in a diet. So carbohydrates are made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, and they are broken down during respiration to produce energy. So basically, carbohydrates provide energy for the body. And some sources of carbohydrates are maize, potatoes, rice, and pasta. In this picture, we can see some good sources of carbohydrates. We can see some potatoes, some spaghetti, chapati, maize, and sweet potatoes. Fats are also required in a balanced diet. Fats are made up of 4 molecules joined together, 1 glycerol molecule, and 3 fatty acid chains. Fats provide energy. They provide 2 times more energy than carbohydrates, but cells use carbohydrates first before they use fats for energy. Fats can also be used as energy stores, and the fat under the skin insulates the body. It helps to keep the body warm. So basically, fats provide energy. They can be used as energy stores and they help to insulate the body. Some sources of fats are butter, cooking oil, and margarine. Proteins are very essential in a diet. Proteins are made up of small molecules called amino acids, and these amino acids are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sometimes sulfur. So these amino acids are joined together in a chain to form proteins. So proteins can be used for transporting substances around the body, for example, hemoglobin. So hemoglobin is the red pigment in blood, and it is used to transport oxygen around the body. Proteins are also used to make hair and nails, and the protein that is used to make hair is called keratin. Proteins are also needed for growth, and they are also used to repair damaged parts of the body. Proteins are needed to make antibodies which help us fight infections. So basically, proteins are needed for growth and they are essential for the healing process. So some sources of proteins are meat, eggs, fish, and milk. And in this picture, we can see some good sources of proteins. Water is very essential in a diet. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen, and the molecular formula for water is H2O. This means that water is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom bonded together. So many chemical reactions happen in water. This is why water is very essential. Water lubricates moving parts, it helps in cooling down the body, and it can be used to get rid of waste products. So we can get water from drinking juice, eating fruits, and just drinking water. Minerals are very essential in a diet. Minerals are inorganic substances such as calcium, iron, and iodine. They are needed in very small amounts, but they are very essential in a diet. So calcium is needed for bone and teeth formation and bone and teeth maintenance. It is also needed for blood clotting. So we can get calcium from milk and other dairy products. Iron is needed for making hemoglobin, which is the red pigment in blood which carries oxygen. So we can get iron from liver, red meat, egg yolk, and dark green vegetables. Iodine is needed for making thyroid hormones. So we can get iodine from table salt, probably iodized table salt. Fiber is very essential in a diet. So fiber helps to keep the alimentary canal working properly. So the alimentary canal is the canal in which digestion and absorption takes place. So fiber helps to keep the alimentary canal working properly. It helps to prevent constipation. So we can get fiber from fruits and vegetables, cereal, wholemeal bread, and other substances. So in this picture we can see some good sources of fiber. Vitamins are also essential in a diet. Vitamins are needed in small amounts, but they are very essential. There are a lot of vitamins. We have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, and a whole lot of other vitamins. So vitamin C is used to make collagen that is found in the skin and other tissues. And it is also used to repair worn out tissues. So we can get vitamins from citrus fruits such as oranges and raw vegetables. Vitamin D helps in calcium absorption for bone and teeth formation. So basically vitamin D is needed for bone and teeth formation. And we can get vitamin D from egg yolk and butter. And vitamin D can also be made by the skin when sunlight shines on the skin. So it is very important to get some few hours to stay in the sun so that you can make vitamin D. Malnutrition is a condition in which a person is not getting the required amount of nutrients in a diet. So malnutrition can be caused by not eating a balanced diet. It can be overnourishment or undernourishment. So overnourishment is getting a little too much of a nutrient, and undernourishment is getting too little of a nutrient in a diet. So malnutrition happens as a result of having too much of a nutrient or too little of a nutrient in a diet. And starvation happens when there is not enough food, and this results in malnutrition. So lack of certain nutrients in a diet, basically undernourishment, causes deficiency diseases. Lack of vitamin C causes scurvy, and scurvy causes pain in joints and muscles and bleeding in gums and other areas. Lack of vitamin D causes rickets, in which the bones become soft and deformed. So this usually happens in growing children. Lack of iron causes anemia, in which there are not enough red blood cells to deliver oxygen to the tissues. Lack of calcium results in brittle bones and teeth, and it also results in poor blood clotting. Lack of iodine causes hypothyroidism, and in hypothyroidism, the thyroid gland enlarges, and this is known as goiter. So basically, iodine deficiency causes iodine deficient goiter. Lack of proteins causes kwashiorkor in children. So basically the children are underweight and they have a swollen abdomen. Some people call it a pot belly. Lack of fiber causes constipation. Overnourishment or too much of a nutrient also affects the body negatively. The kind of fat that is found in animal food is called saturated fat, and these foods also contain a lot of cholesterol. So when a person eats food with a lot of fat, that fat deposits inside the arteries. And the fat deposits build up inside the arteries, making them stiffer and narrower. And if this happens inside the coronary arteries that supply the heart muscles with blood, then not enough blood gets through to the heart. This means that the heart muscles run short of oxygen and they will not work properly. So this is called coronary heart disease. So basically, coronary heart disease is a condition in which the coronary arteries are blocked. And the coronary arteries are the arteries that bring blood to the heart muscles. So the deposits can also cause a blood clot, which can result in a heart attack or a stroke. So basically, eating foods with a lot of fat causes fat deposits to build up inside the arteries, and this can lead to coronary heart disease, heart attack, or a stroke. People who take in more energy-giving foods than they require usually end up being obese, and the energy-giving foods are fats and carbohydrates. So obesity is a dangerous health condition, and it is usually associated with heart diseases, strokes, and diabetes. Most people control their weight by eating well-balanced meals and exercising regularly. The energy you use each day comes from the food you eat. If you consume too much energy-giving foods, some of it is stored as fats. If too little food is consumed, you will not obtain as much energy as you need, and this will make you feel tired. In this graph, we can see the daily energy requirements for different age groups. So children need less energy than adults. And basically, males need more energy-giving foods than females. And pregnant females and teenage females need more energy than other females. So basically, these are the daily energy requirements for the different age groups. A person's diet may need to change at different times in their life. For example, a pregnant person will need to eat more proteins, calcium, iron, and carbohydrates in the diet in order to help build up the baby's body, bones, and blood. A breastfeeding person will also need to eat more proteins, calcium, iron, and carbohydrates for the baby. Growing children also need to eat a diet rich in calcium, iron, proteins, and carbohydrates because these are needed for growth, bone formation, and energy production. So a person's diet can be adjusted according to their age, gender, occupation, activities, and other health requirements. We have come to the end of our session, so thank you guys for staying tuned until the end.